What's up, Spiritual Hooligan? This is Matthew Ferry, and I am bringing you your daily enlightenment. So, this is really just a moment where you can pause, stop, slow down. You can get connected to enlightened consciousness. We're going to quiet the mind, and we're going to focus on restoring peace together. So, will you take a long, slow, deep breath in with me right now and just hold it as long as you can? If you're in a place where you can close your eyes, then do that. If you can't close your eyes, then keep them open and just enjoy the process, will you? So let's start by setting the intention for enlightened consciousness. Over the last decade or so, I've started to realize that you can't maintain your enlightened states unless you can maintain your intention for enlightenment. So let's set that intention together. In your mind, I want you to repeat after me. Please set the intention for enlightened consciousness to flow through, to experience the purity of my own consciousness, to embrace consciousness exactly as it is, to release any need to change myself, to accept and appreciate the infinite variety of expressions, to recognize that they all have their place, to allow life to be exactly as it is, and to know that all is well. Take another long, slow, deep breath in with me right now and just connect with that perspective. Connect with a new perspective as well, which is that enlightenment is the recognition that the source of life within you is the source of life for everyone and everything. We're all one thing expressing itself with infinite variety. You, me, all of us. Everything we see, everything we hear, smell, and taste, everything we feel is nothing more than the background field of energy and information expressing itself, turning itself into your quarks and your electrons, your protons, your neutrons. Those things are arranging themselves in a self-organizing fashion into all of the things that we see today. Everything that you think is real is nothing more than a background field of energy and information organizing itself into what you're experiencing. We're all the same thing. The only thing that makes us different is our perception. So your mom, your dad, your friends, your boss, they're literally all variations on the theme. And so when you're agitated with them, really, you're actually agitated with yourself. There's no one else out there, my friend. Really, there's no one else out there. Everything that you're experiencing is just energy and information, and it's being translated by your consciousness. So let's take a deep breath in again. And I want you to release your resistance right now. Let's set the intention to emanate peace together. And peace really is just a greater state of integrity and workability. Think about agitation. Think about frustration. Think about anger. Think about upset. Those states tend to disrupt, whereas peace tends to bring things together into a more workable state. Emanating peace is really about embracing a higher state of order and effectiveness, knowing that all is well, trusting that everything that you want is coming, everything you're doing is perfect, and the only thing that makes it unperfect is literally just your opinion. And your opinion is the source of all your suffering. Emanating peace, really in the end, is a skill. It takes practice. Because the truth is, you, me, all of us, we're hardwired for survival. We're hardwired for survival consciousness, not thriving consciousness, not enlightened consciousness. And yet you and I'm just assuming because you're watching this, you're likely predisposed to enlightened types of ideas and conversations. You and I are hardwired for peace as well. So we may be hardwired for survival, but we're also hardwired for peace. You have the capacity to be at peace. So I just want you to just be in this conclusion, just like conclude, I'm hardwired for peace. I'm hardwired for survival too, where I get agitated and angry and upset and frustrated. All of those things happen. But I am hardwired for peace. Now you have to develop your ability to create peace because it doesn't just happen automatically, right? And the world will block you from being at peace. So let me give you an idea, because when you emanate peace, it's so amazing. When you emanate peace, you can think clearly. When you emanate peace, you're empowered. You embrace life. You're creative. You're easy to work with. You're attractive. When you emanate peace, your mind is open. You're optimistic. And you move through the world with grace. So think about it like this. Emanating peace is really invoked by using enlightened perspectives, points of view. So I'd like you to consider this perspective today and see how it plays out in your world. To emanate peace, remember that it's always me. It's never them. Who are you blaming? Who are you upset with? Who's agitating you? Right now, just take a moment and say this to them. So just close your eyes if you're in a place you can do that, and just transmit this idea. Please forgive and release me, and I forgive and release you. Everything that I think is agitating about you is actually just my own interpretation, and I'm agitating myself. That the source of my suffering is my opinion, not you. So, I do not like in other people what I'm unwilling to admit about myself. Can you just start to live like that today? I do not like in other people what I'm unwilling to admit in myself. I do not like in other people what I've worked to resolve in myself, and now that I've resolved it, it's like I get agitated when I see other people experiencing it. I do not like in other people what I wish was different about myself, but I'm unwilling to admit that I wish it was different. Instead, I just see that agitation. I feel that agitation. I don't like in other people what I don't like in myself. So today, just take on this idea. It's never them, it's always me. And emanate peace and watch what happens. This is Matthew Ferry, and I'm the author of Quiet Mind, Epic Life. Thanks for tuning in today.